Hello. So today is the second day of the topic integers, and we are looking at multiplication and division of integers. Okay, now I know you are all familiar with this, and I know I've given you a lot of assignments on this particular topic. So we are just going to work on it. Okay, now let's look here. We have -3 times positive 7. Okay, now the rule says that anytime you have a positive number and a negative number multiplying each other, your answer will always be what? A negative answer. Okay, so anytime negative is multiplying positive, your answer will always be what? A negative answer. And anytime negative is multiplying negative, we all know that our answer will be what? Positive. But even if you don't remember this rule, just put it in your head or make it simple for you that anytime that I see one negative number multiplying a positive number, definitely my answer has to be what? Negative. So put that in your head. So I have seen one negative number here. So my answer will definitely have to be what? Another negative number. Because a negative and a negative will give me a positive. Okay, so just put this in your head. That one negative number multiplying another positive number or a positive number will give me a negative answer. And when you see two negatives multiplying each other, your answer will always be what? Positive. So just here our multiplication. This one is what? -3 times 7 is what? -21. -5 times -6. Our negative is eliminated. So you have what? A positive 30. Now, let's look here. When you come here, you see multiplication and subtraction, right? So first of all, we have to think of what? Board mass. I know you know board mass. Bracket of division, multiplication, and subtraction. So addition and subtraction, right? So we have a -3, a -3 is being multiplied by what? 4 minus -2, right? Now when you look at our board mass, which one are we supposed to deal with first? The last one is what? Multiplication, right? The first one we are dealing with is multiplication, because multiplication comes before the subtraction here. So we deal with our multiplication. So which one is multiplying here? We have a -3 is being multiplied by a positive number, giving us what? You see that what? We have one negative number here, multiply the positive answer, a positive number. So definitely our answer must be what? Negative. So we have a -12. Then now we are dealing with the final one, which board mass says that what? Subtraction. So now we are coming to subtract. So we have a negative minus. So we have a minus negative number. So which is what? -2. And remember from our rule yesterday that when negative is in, like there are two like signs here, it automatically turns to what? A positive. So you further come down and tell me that -12 is plus what? 2. Right? -12 plus 2. And you remember the rule that if the number that is negative is greater than the positive, then you have what? The minus coming out here, then the greater number, which is 12, minus what? The smaller number. This is the rule from yesterday. I hope you've not forgotten. So you have your minus here. What is 12 minus 2? 12 minus 2 is 10. Then you have it. Your answer is what? -10. So those who are having problems with this one, keep this rule in your head. When the number that is negative is greater than the number that is positive, bring the negative sign outside the bracket, bring the bigger number first, subtract, bring your answer, attach the negative. Then you have it. Now, let's look at the next one here. Negative times negative will give us positive. So -4 times -2 will give us what? A positive 8. A positive 8 times a -3. You are seeing one negative sign here, right? So that means the answer must be what? Negative. So you have -24. Okay, now let's look at division. So you have 3 questions under division here. Now, simple. Just as we said, if you see one negative sign that means the answer must also be what? Negative. So you can see that we have one negative sign here, but a positive number here. So your answer will automatically be what? Negative. You see a positive and one negative sign. So your answer will definitely be what? A negative. So we have minus 6 here. Then we have what? This one, minus 5, right? And you always remember, or you know, that negative divided by negative, just as we said, when you see negative and negative together, your answer will become what? Positive. Just as negative times negative is giving us positive, so it's negative divided by negative giving us what? A positive answer. All right, so let's move on. So what do we have here? We have all these in bracket being multiplied by what? Half. I hope you can see it. So let's deal with brackets first. Anytime you see something like this, we deal with brackets first. So I write my question 2. I have a bigger bracket. I have 4 minus 1, minus 5, minus 6. Is that right? So we deal with the one in the bracket first, you remember, right? Now, 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is what? 3. We know that, right? And we have what? 5 minus 6. What is the new rule we learned yesterday? That if the negative number or the number subtracted is greater, you are going to bring the negative sign outside, the bigger number first, which is 6. Minus the smaller number, which is 5. So we have 6 minus 5, which is what? Negative. 6 minus 5 is what? 1. 1. So your answer is what? Negative 1. So 5 minus 6 is what? Negative 1. What did we also learn from yesterday? That 2 negative signs become what? A positive. So 1 over 2 into bracket 3 plus 1. We have 1 over 2, 3 plus 1 is 4. What happens here? You know that anytime the number is standing by a bracket, it is multiplying. 2 goes into itself 1, 2 goes into 4, 2. Our answer is 2. Okay, let's do the second question. The second question, we have negative 3 is being divided by what? Negative 7 times negative 3, negative 5. Now you know that negative times negative will always give us a positive answer. So we have our minus 35 here. And we have what? This one is giving us what? A positive 35. Now, I told you, when you see that there's only one negative sign in your operation that they are asking you to do, that means your final answer must be in what? A negative answer, because you have one negative here, so your answer must be negative. So this one goes into cell 1, goes here 1. So your final answer is what? Negative 1. Okay, last question for the day. Now this question is all about board mass. We are seeing off, addition, subtraction, division, so board mass must come into play. So let's deal with what? Board mass. Which one comes first? Bracket, off. Okay, so we don't have any brackets here. Don't be confused. This one is just negative 12. Most of the time, mostly they like to put it in bracket, but it's just negative 12. So this is the one that is in bracket. But for the upper part, which is the numerator part, we are dealing with off, because off is here. Now, we come down and tell the teacher that 1 over 4, off is the same as what? Multiplication. So times, then you have the negative 12. Is it minus 3? Okay, so minus 3. Minus 3. Then let's do bracket here. 4 minus 4 plus 6. Now, the rule here too, if you remember, that when the number is greater than the negative number, the positive number comes and it just subtracts the negative number. So it is 6 minus 4. Do you get it? So the positive number is bigger, is greater. So the positive number will come first, minus what? The 4. That is if the positive number is greater than the negative number. Take it to know. So your answer is what? Positive 2. So we have here given us what? Positive 2, all divided by what? negative minus negative. You remember what we said yesterday? So negative minus negative is what? Your negative comes here, then you have 1 plus 2, which is equal to what? 3. So your answer is what? Negative 3. So divided by negative 3. Okay. So you are continuing. It's negative 3 divided by negative 3. Okay, now, so we are still working with our off, right? 2 goes into itself 1, 4 goes into itself 1, goes here what? Now you have a positive and a negative, so definitely your answer must be in a what? A negative. So you have a negative 3 here as your answer. So what are we left with at the top? We have 2 plus negative 3 minus 3 all over 2 divided by 3. So let's write it here. 2 plus negative 3 minus 3 all over what? 2 divided by what? 3. Okay. So what do we have here? We have 2 plus 3 okay, so we have 2 and what do we have here? Negative minus 3. So you know the negative comes out, so then we have 3 plus 3 from what we learned yesterday, right? And this one is what? 2 divided by 3. So what do we have here? You have a minus 6, so 2 minus 6 all over what? 2 divided by 3. Okay, now the negative number is bigger, right? So you bring your negative sign, you bring your 6, then what? Your minus 2. So it's going to be what? 6 minus 2 is what? 4. So your answer at the top here is what? Negative 4. All divided by what? 2 divided by 3. Now you know this one can be rewritten as what? Negative 4 divided by 2 over 3. You get it? Because this one is also division over. It's also division. So we have it as this. Now we cannot work with division sign. We have to reciprocate. And when we reciprocate, it becomes what? Multiplication. So we have here minus 4 times 3 all over what? 2. So 2 goes into itself 1, goes here what? Minus 2. So you have minus 2 times 3. Your answer is what? A minus 6. I forgot. Here it's a minus 3. Here is a minus 3. So I left the minus 3 here. So you have what? Minus 4 minus divided by negative 2 over 3. So you have your negative here, right? So negative times negative will give you what? Positive. So I left the negative there. So the camera will view through the workings for you so that you can copy it in your book and follow the working, because there will be more questions on it today. So that is it for today. Anytime I start lessons, please try and take your notebooks so you copy what I'm doing on the board and you can follow it and do your own personal work. So I'll see you all next week. Have a good day.